What's up, my outlaws? It is hell getting old, let me tell you what. Whew, I ain't been out here too much the last couple of days. It's been too cold for me. My arthritis does not like cold. I keep telling the wife, we need to move to Alabama or Mississippi or something, a little warmer. Because, man, this cold tears me up. Ugh. Well, we kind of changed gears. I don't even know if you want to call it changing gears because we just kind of went different direction. This was a V6 truck, which shouldn't be much of a big deal. They put V8s and S10s all the time. So, what we're going to do is, I've got these two old engine blocks. So, I've got to find a bell housing for a 3-speed. We're going to go with the 3-speed standard setup. So I got to get a bell housing coming. I've got to go to Vinita, Oklahoma Saturday and pick up a Saginaw so that we can start setting up the drivetrain, because I'm not going to run this, 7.5-inch Chevy rear end. We're going to try to find us a 8.8 or 9-inch that'll fit in here. Something I can maybe cut down a little bit, because we have 49 inches from the inside of that flange to the inside of this flange and like 53 inches outside to outside. And I don't want to get much wider than that, because I'll have to run a really back space tire and wheel on just the back. So we're going to start welding up some little things. We got stuff like this, factory stuff. Gonna give it a little more support and come in over here and clean that up and weld it up a little bit and reinforce, and probably come in here and weld up some of these holes, because a lot of times on these dirt track cars, your frame horns like to get bent around in here, if you get into too hard of a hit with the wall. So we're going to reinforce that a little bit, fill in some of these holes, and then I'm going to try to solve one of the problems that I always have at the track, trying to find something to anchor the car or whatever down to. With the wife's Nissan, I got some tow hooks off the front of a Chevrolet pickup and bought a J-hook off of eBay, and we can strap down by it. There's a couple places, but I have found that those things don't do no good on other vehicles. So we're going to come in here and we're probably going to weld some D-rings on the frame somewhere, just enough to be able to tie it down when it's on the trailer. This floor, my Lord, I spent couple hours yesterday out here trying to figure out how I could try to get that level. So there's my resolution to it. I'm going to have to come in and basically build up half a floor. I'm going to have to come off this wall out towards the middle of the shop and build me like a little, just a shim. But sitting there, she looks like she's high on this outside where I put the boards, but you put the level on it and she level. So I'm not understanding that. It's just an optical illusion. Can't really see it on the video very well, but standing here looking at it, you go right here in the midsection. Oh, I got to get some propane. Yeah, you can kind of see it in the video if you really look. That left side looks like it's higher. So I'm wondering how good my level is. She's old. Let's see, look at that. It's actually still a little low on that outside. I don't know. I haven't got any more 4 3/4 inch wheels, so what I did, this is a temporary spare that was like a 4.5. I just kind of wallered her out a little bit so I can get it on. Now I've got a couple of 16-inch tires and wheels out back. I'm going to buy me a couple of 5-inch to 4 3/4 adapters. That way I can put a couple of tires on the front of this that's about the same height, and then I'll do the same with the back. Find a couple of more wheels and tires for a 5-inch. You know, them old Chevrolet truck tires or rims are easy to find. I used to have a whole bunch of those. I think my brother's got a couple of them out at his place. Put a couple of tires on it about the same size. Try to keep this thing level as possible, even as possible while I'm building it, because once we get to putting the cage in this thing, I'll have to get the floor pan back on and see where my firewall sets. And then if I have to modify the firewall, well, then I got the room to modify the firewall. And when we come in, I'll have to probably put this on the car trailer to put the cage on it, at least on this left front corner, because I will have to pick this side up. I'll run a ratchet strap up and over this side, down underneath this one, and tighten it up real good. Then I'll run completely over the back and strap it down real good. And then I'll take a jack and I'll jack this corner up a little bit, about 3/4 of an inch or an inch, because you want this right front to be a little higher than the left front so that the front end is twisted to meet the angle of the track. So for now, I'm going back in the house. It's just too cold for me out here with this arthritis and stuff. It sucks getting old, man. I've worked hard. I played hard. I'm beat up. Oh, have a good day, my outlaws. Be good. Have fun. Be safe.